Well, with all eyes focused on the presidential election, the financial markets seem to have taken a back seat as far as news is concerned. However, attention is now quickly returning back to economics, especially for farmers who are thinking about next year's crop. So we now turn to this week's Bottom Line segment with Neil Melancon. And Neil, how have the markets been faring and where does it look like we're going?
Mike, we've seen a number of factors come together here over the last couple of weeks. We have the Wall Street fluctuations, we have a number of private industry estimates, we had the election, and we have a global recession to deal with. There's a lot of things that are making these grain markets go up and down. Wall Street is, of course, following the global markets, which went up on election day and then right back down the next day. The grain markets have also seen these private industry estimates, which we are going to get into here in just a second. First up, let's take a look at the corn numbers. Informa has corn yields pegged at 153.9 bushels per acre. FC Stone's numbers were a bit lower, with corn at about 153.4 bushels. For soybeans, Informa was about 40.2 bushels per acre in their latest estimates. Again, FC Stone's numbers were lower, pegged at a full bushel under at 39.2. Those are about the only numbers we have for you this week that are of some relevance to the grain markets, and they really didn't excite the markets overall that much. They still followed along with some of the outside markets, oil and gas, as well as the dollar. Now, speaking of these outside markets, that's really going to be the bottom line for this week, and that is looking at this worldwide recession and what effect it's going to have long term, especially in the face of a lower demand. Now, South America's crop is going to come in. It's been affected by the lower worldwide numbers, and we're going to have a much lower yield, I think, going into the global markets coming in for this winter season. That's really going to affect the demand picture overall, but with this weaker economy, that may also mean a lower demand overall for the world. Even with a weaker U.S. dollar, we still may not pick up that much business overseas. That's the bottom line this week. I'm Neil Melancon. Back to you in the studio, Mike.
Thanks, Neil. And of course, to stay up to date with the latest farm news, you can listen to Neil's reports on the Louisiana Farm Bureau Radio Network. For a list of stations in your area, you can visit our website at twilatv.org, and we'll link you over.